Great evening. Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? Well, my name is Michelle, and I am Dr. Michelle Harris, and I work with Christian professional women to begin to release any mental roadblocks, refill their cup, and walk in freedom to their destiny. So, welcome to the live on tonight. Tonight, I just wanted to, while I was working, I wanted to share a little bit about protecting your gift with it being around Christmas time. And I know I shared one a couple of weeks ago about self-care and protecting your gift as a Christian professional leader. But I wanted to talk a little bit tonight because this is a season of time wherein people are going on trips. They're going to visit family. They're going to be going to Christmas parties, different activities. So this is a time to be social. So I wanted to talk a little bit about protecting your gift and handling social relationships. And my phone wants to ring while I'm, doing a live, but that's besides the point. So tonight I wanted to talk a little bit about that because it's something that's very important. That when you are at a point wherein you're going out, you're a leader, and as a Christian professional leader, you have, or even as a leader, you have certain people think about you as a certain way, how you're supposed to carry yourself, how you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to move, how you're supposed to act. And so a lot of times, as a leader, we want to be able to be at a point where we can let our hair down. We want to be able to have, these true relationships. But it is important as a leader, when you're out as a leader that's in ministry, when you're out as a leader, in the professional field, that you maintain healthy relationships. And when I talk about healthy relationships, I mean it's to a point wherein you are able to set appropriate boundaries with people, wherein you're able to remain professional, you're able to maintain your personality of who you are, but those boundaries don't feel the need to be crossed when you are the person that's looked at as an example to someone or looked at as a person that is a leader. For example, there are certain ways that I can act with people that I may feel comfortable with that are my best friends. But even in that particular situation and that time, I still have to ensure that as me being a Christian professional leader, that I'm on at all times. As a leader, you don't have the ability to be off. You don't have the ability to have an off day. I even think sometimes, even with me working in ministry, I'm constantly having to give to people. So I don't have the opportunity, wherein, some of my, members may come in and they may ask for prayer or ask for time that I be like, okay, well, I'm having a bad day. I need you to pray for me. They're looking to you to be that source. They're looking to you to be that strength. They're looking to you to be that leader. So some of the ways to maintain, boundaries in social relationships and to maintain it as a leader is first and foremost is to maintain healthy boundaries. I talk about healthy boundaries wherein developing relationships, and when I talk about being on at all times, your messaging, even in the workplace. I know some people have talked about they have a work husband. No. We don't have those types of things when we're working. We are maintaining a professional relationship and we're in, where you call them, we may be, have a relationship where we can talk to one another, but how certain things can be misguided or maybe taken the wrong way because something may be said. So you have to ensure that there is a level of professionalism that's maintained. And a lot of times, and I just know for me, sometimes in leadership, people tend to look at and they be like, oh my gosh, or little seeds can be sown. Hi, you look really nice in that suit today. Little things like that are seeds that can be sown, wherein boundaries can begin to be broken. So you want to make sure that when you are in a professional relationship, ministry wise, professional relationship, whatever, that those boundaries are able to stay appropriate. I don't need to confide in you about certain things. As a professional, I'm going to remain that way. We make it have a good talk, we make it have a good laugh, but I have to make sure that I have to maintain that boundary. And when I talk about being on at all times, when I talk about messaging, in this world of social media, you have to be very careful of how you carry yourself, how you do, how you act, how you respond, because your phone can be turned on and you can be on a Facebook Live before you know it. You could be on YouTube. You could be on anywhere. So maintaining those boundaries are very, very, very important. And I talked about too of taking care of yourself and making sure that your cup is full, that when you're pouring out to people, when you are that leader, especially one that is a giver. I am a giver myself, and I realize sometimes that when I'm getting to that point wherein my cup is running empty, I can't expect for the people that I'm pouring into to give back to me. So I have to make sure that I'm taking care of myself so I won't give out of frustration, that when they are coming to me to ask for me for assistance, that I'm not having an attitude and I'm angry, or I'm very frustrated and holding resentment because I feel like things are not giving back to me in return. So being able to maintain those boundaries, being able to maintain and knowing that there are levels sometimes, because a lot of times people deal with church hurt or any type of friendship hurt because they felt like they have let their wall down. Hi, Ishmael. They have let their wall down. And when they let their wall down, they have let people come into their life and they felt like this person should have been there, or a person may have said something inappropriate. And that's when the hurt comes in. And that's when the times wherein I feel like I've given myself to people or to someone and they have hurt me. But a lot of times we have to be able to cultivate relationships first, cultivate those healthy relationships first before we feel like we are able to open up ourselves. And you need to be able to have people. Yes, I'm back. So you have to be able to look at people, help people, but you want to be able to do it in a healthy way. You want to be able to be at a point wherein I am developing appropriate relationships, but you want to be able to develop those relationships wherein you have people that you have those professional relationships with. You may have those who you may be able to laugh with, and then you have those who are valley walkers. When I call valley walkers, those are the ones that's going to help support you. Those are the ones that you have developed that trust with. Those are the ones that, that can really handle your truth. And the fact of the matter is that people say that they want people to be transparent, they want to share their story. But at the end of the day, some people cannot handle your true story. Some people are not ready or able to handle the truth and the real you. So you have to have very much of great discernment in developing your relationships, in your sharing of yourself with people. I cannot allow myself to have people to have access to me at all times. I have certain numbers that people can call. I have certain times that I'm responding to certain messages because I can't allow that continual access to me because I have to protect my boundaries. But then I have those who I know that when I'm going through situations, that as I am protecting my gift and knowing that I have the gift to inspire people, I have the gift to encourage people, that I have those that are able to pour back into me. So when I do pour out into others, I don't expect anything in return. And a lot of times in life, I see a lot of posts of, if they're not there for you, or if they're not reciprocating, then don't give. I'm going to be able to be in relationships, wherein, there is a give and take and people just take from you. Well, there are some people that you are here to serve. And I think about even with the ministry of Jesus, it was people that he had, even though he had his disciples, but he was there here to serve. So there are people that you are created for as a leader that you are to serve. Just like there are those who are assigned to serve you. So your ability, your time to serve others, that's what you do. I don't care in what area that you are in. As a leader, you're going to be at a point wherein you're going to be constantly serving people and they're not giving back to you in return. And it's okay because you're there and that's your purpose. That's your role in their life. But as I am doing it, I'm going to do it and protecting myself, taking care of myself in the process. So in this time when you're going with your friends and you're going out and you're socializing, and you're with your friends, you're with people that you don't know like that, just be careful in protecting your gift, allowing people to not be in your space. Know those little seeds. I always be able to recognize when the enemy is coming. I pray for God to give me discernment at all times, because whenever little seeds are sown of, oh, you look nice today. Oh, well, when I can take, those little things there. You have to be able to recognize it and handle it from there on, because some things and some people are there for distractions. Some people are there to bring something to serve you, but some people are there for distractions as well. And you have to be careful as a leader, because the only thing that you have as a leader is your name. What is associated with your name? Who is it that you're associating with? I don't care if you around people, even my family will tell you, even though I'm around them and they can do what they do, I'm not here to judge you, but I'm going to be me. Do not try to force me to drink, because I'm not. Don't try to force me to smoke with you, because I'm not. I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to try to minister to you and I'm going to pray for you in the meantime, but I'm going to be me, because I realize for me being a Christian professional leader, my leadership does not just go from me being at my church, serving in church. My ministry does not go forth or stop whenever I'm doing counseling sessions. My ministry is from day to day of how I treat people, how I interact with people, how I handle people, how I treat people whenever they do me wrong, how I do people whenever they come to me and they have a problem, how I treat people whenever they come in and they be nice to me, how I handle those situations, how I handle those boundaries. I can't be too friendly with someone that's married. I can't be friendly with someone even who's single that I know that God don't even have for me. Those are the things that are very important. So what is it associated with your name? When you talk about protecting your gift, what is it that is associated with your name? When your name comes up, what's the first thing that people think about you? Oh my gosh, she's a nice girl, or child. Let me tell you about what they did. I saw them up there on the corner at such and such and such and such. Well, her girl, he said that he was good, but he was in my inbox, girl. And knowing that he's married. What is associated with your name? What is associated when people think about you? What is the first thing that people think about you whenever you come forth and your name is brought up? What is it in social relationships? How is it that you handle people from day to day? How is it that you handle yourself accordingly? Are you being an example, or are you being a follower? And as an example that you're giving, is that the example that, because people will say, only God can judge me, nobody can judge you, but we judge people every day. No matter what, it's some type of judgment. You judge me by looking at me, what I have on. Some people judge me how I was looking bad. Like, Michelle, you all right? You got some stuff going on in your life. By the clothes you wear, things you do, you're judged every day. You're judged by the posts you do. It'd be sometimes that I want to say some stuff and I'll be like, I can't say that on Facebook. I got to be an example. I can't be emotional. I have to be able to carry myself appropriately because I am a leader. I have to be able to control myself. Yeah, I have to be able to handle things, but I have to control myself accordingly. Hi, Joe. Joe said they're going to say that handsome man with those dreads. I know that's right. You are a mess. So handling relationships, handling social relationships, protecting your space, protecting you, like in this process of being a leader, going to that next level is vital to know that you're handling yourself appropriately, handling you, going out, working your vision, connecting with people that's going to help push you to the next level. But in the meantime, be very discerning of the connections that you make, making sure that you're handling your space, handling appropriately, having healthy boundaries, maintaining that perspective of what it is that I want to have associated with my name during this time we're in. I'm saying I'm going to level up. People talking about 2020 vision. People talking about they're going to the next level. What does that look like? And how I need to start carrying myself and my character to be as such that when I'm going out and I'm doing things that I'm going to have that and going to that next level. So I hope you all have a great holiday season, that you are able to enjoy your family going into the next year, 2020, that things are going to get greater. And if you have a moment in time and you want to have a time to get a strategy plan to go to that next level, feel free to schedule a Boss Up Your Life strategy session with me. Go check out my website, www.anewhealthsolutions.com. I look forward to connecting with you all. I have 500 followers. People talk about 5,000, 1,000. I'll reach 500. I was excited for 500 this week. I said, oh, 500. So welcome to the new followers. I'm looking forward to getting to know you, the ladies in the Fearless Warrior Tribe. I am so excited for what's coming up for us in the future. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you all have a great evening. Be blessed. And I'll talk to you all soon. Have a great evening. Bye.